going on, my peoples? I hope everybody's having a blessed day. But we got to talk about this housing market. You got to be very, very careful with who you listen to and be very careful about wanting to buy right now during this housing market. The real estate market is more close to a crash than actually going up more. But the people who are in a worst possible situation right now are the people who just bought within the past 2 or 3 years. Those are the people who's going to suffer the most, because you bought when prices were doubled, and you bought at a 7% interest rate, which is outrageous for a market that's already overpriced. So when the market started to crash and make its downturn, first of all, you're stuck in the house. You won't be able to sell it because the prices are declined. You're going to be underwater anyway because it takes 10 years just to even break even. And remember, don't listen to people telling you just to buy prices at high interest rates at any time. It's a good time to buy a house, and there's a bad time to buy a house. And the first group of people who's going to be foreclosed on within the next 2 or 3 years is going to be the people who just bought, and it's going to be the people who bought a house prior to 2020, took the equity out of the house because of inflation, or they just hit hard times, so they borrowed against the house at a high interest rate. So now they can't make their regular mortgage payments, and now they can't make the payment on the loan that they took out on their home, which is a home equity loan. Those are the people who's going to get foreclosed on first. And remember, people, if you like what I'm putting out, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. I got a lot of good stuff I want to put out. So please leave a like for me. It'll be good for the YouTube algorithm, and it lets the algorithm know that I'm not here just talking about a bunch of BS. We talking about legit stuff right here that a lot of people not talking about. But let's move on. But you got to be careful with watching the news, and be careful with listening to real estate agents, because they're going to be the ones that telling you, oh, it's okay to buy. It's okay to buy. It's an investment. But you got to remember, if people start buying houses, real estate agents don't make money. So you got to be careful with listening to real estate agents, because everybody got to eat. There's no way they're going to stop their pockets from growing by telling you the truth. There's no way they about to not feed their own selves and their own families. But just be careful out there. If you haven't bought a house yet and you want to buy a house, but you can't because the houses are just too overpriced and the interest rates are too high, but guess what? You're like the safest person right now. You're considered safe right now if you're not in a house right now. If you didn't buy your house, if you bought your house before 2020, you're safe. If you want to buy a house and you can't buy a house because of the prices, guess what? You're safe. So don't be out here all depressed and sounding sad because you can't buy a house. I promise you, it's not helping anybody to buy a house right now. So just continue to rent. Wait on the market to crash over the next 2 or 3 years. And the price is going to come down to where you can afford these prices. They're going to come down. Real estate is going to come down. The interest rates are going to come down. They're not going to come down immediately. They're going to make sure they squeeze everybody broke before they lower the interest rates. But by the time they lower these interest rates, I'm telling you, don't let people convince you that people's going to be flocking to buy when the interest rates will go down. That people are not going to be flocking to buy. They're going to be too broke to buy a house at any price by the time they lower these interest rates. The housing market It's similar to the stock market. Yes, housing markets go up, but they don't go up in a straight line. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. Right now in the stock market, the housing market is up here. It's high. It's pretty much overbought at this point. And guess what? It got to come down. So the people that's buying up here, don't think you got equity in your house. Don't think your house is not about to lose value. It's not going to go back to pre-2020 prices, no. But it's definitely you're definitely about to see a 20% decline in your house value if you just bought. So be careful out there. Just be patient. The housing prices will come back down to a level where you can afford, but it's just not going to be right now. Believe me, save your money right now. Be happy you're not one of the people who just bought a house. With that being said, make sure you leave a like, and I'm out.